Hi everybody, I'm Gabi, and those of you that have seen the first episode of the UiPath Hacks for Kids video series know that today we are in for a treat. We will see how the rock, paper, scissors robot was created. We will look at the code, and from the activities used in the code, we will learn our first basic principles of RPA development with UiPath. Now, if you'd like to follow along, you should create an account with UiPath and install Studio. I've created a quick video on how to do that. If you did not do it already, please pause this video, watch the other short video, and try to create your account and install Studio. Let's start with just a few interface elements. In the left-hand side, we have the Activities panel. Activities are small tasks that the RPA bot is doing. Remember the example we had in the first episode when we tried to explain the process of preparing to go out and play football? Putting on your shoes, for example, would be an activity. There are a lot of predefined activities available in UiPath that would allow us to explain to the robot what we want it to do. These are the ones I've used in my robot, but before looking at each of them, we have to mention an additional concept, that of a package. We have a Manage Packages button in the menu on the top. If we open it, we see a number of packages already installed. When you open a new process in UiPath Studio, and you can read now if you want to follow along, you already get some predefined packages. Packages are collections of activities and a few other things besides those. Once we are installing a package, we are able to access new activities and do more stuff with our bots. It's like learning more words and being able to express ourselves better. In our example, I had to install the Microsoft Activities extension package because I needed to use something called dictionaries. And the activities for dictionaries are contained in this package. The rest of the packages came with the empty project. If you need to install it, go to Settings, click the Official tick box, and then go to Official and search for Microsoft Activities. You will find the package and you can install it right away. Okay, so we have learned about packages and about activities. Now let's look at what activities were used in this small game of rock, paper, scissors. First, I initiate a dictionary with some values. What is a dictionary? It's a data structure that holds pairs of key and values. In our example, I needed to tell the computer that there are three options: rock, paper, and scissors. So I used a dictionary for that, where the keys are 1, 2, and 3, and the respective values are rock, paper, and scissors. For computers, it is easier to understand 1 or 2 as opposed to words like rock or paper. So 1 means rock, 2 means paper, 3 means scissors. Then the bot asks the person playing the game for his or her option. This is done with an input dialog activity with a multiple option selection. The user choice is saved in a variable called str_user_choice. Now, what is a variable? A variable is a place in the computer's memory where you can store and remember different values. Variables have different types, like numbers or pieces of text or even more complex structures. In our case, we needed to store just a text, so our str_user_choice is of type string. Computers refer to that as string, therefore we have also named our variable in such a way that we will remember it stores a text and it starts with the letters str from string. After that, we are using a log message activity. This activity is just showing a message on the output panel of the robot when it runs. We are showing there a piece of text the user chose, and then we are showing the first letter of the option, meaning 1, 2, or 3. So I'm using 0 means the first letter of this word. And if we look at the options, we have 1 minus rock, 2 minus papers, and 3 minus scissors. So the first letter or digit will be basically 1, 2, or 3. Next, we have an assign activity, and we have a new variable, int underscore computer option. Computers call basic numbers integers or int. Here we are telling the computer to choose randomly a number between 1 and 3. Then we are also displaying the computer's option with a log message activity. Because we have a number now and not a text like before, we need to convert it to a text with the toString function. So we are saying int underscore computer option, this is our variable, and then we are just writing dot toString. This converts our number to a text so we can display it with the log message activity. Then follows another assign where we are assigning to int user option the first letter of the user choice. And again, to convert now from a string or a character to a number, we are using the integer.parse. This basically makes what is inside the brackets, if it is a string or a character, it converts it to a number. We will not talk too much about functions in this episode, but we will encounter them in the next videos and understand them better at that time. So don't worry if this didn't seem very simple for you just now. And now we come to the end of the program where we are explaining to the computer how it needs to decide who is the winner. For that, it needs to do some comparisons, and for that we are using if activities. If activities help computers follow decision trees, and we are doing it all the time as humans. For example, if it is cold outside, we take a jacket. Else we just go out in a t-shirt maybe. If it is raining, we take an umbrella, and so on. For our rock, paper, scissors game, we needed to compare our choice and the choice of the computer. If we both chose the same option, it is a tie. So we log a message for that. So we have the user option equals computer option. In this case, we have a message box. This is a message which pops up for the human, and we say it's a tie. You and the bot chose the same option, and then we just show the option afterwards. Else, so on the right hand side we have the else. What happens if the option of the player, of the human player, and the computer is not the same? It means we didn't both choose the same option. We need to ask ourselves another question. So we use another if. We could of course use here a lot of if activities and check each possible combination of options. But I found a smarter and quicker way to do that. Look at this. 1, rock, 2, paper, 3, scissors. And we know that paper, or number 2, beats rock, number 1. Scissors, number 3, beats paper, number 2. And rock, number 1, beats scissors, number 3. If we look at this attentively, and we look at the numbers rather than at the words, we realize that 2 beats 1, 3 beats 2, and 1 beats 3. I mentioned earlier that computers prefer numbers to texts. We as humans understand words better than numbers, but not the computers. And now we also understand why. It is rather easy to explain to the computer now who wins. If the human player chose a number higher with 1 to the number chosen by the computer, for example, we chose 2 and the computer chose 1, or we chose 3 and the computer chose 2, or if the number chosen by the human is 1 and the computer option is 3, meaning that the computer option is higher with 2, then the human won. Else, the computer won. And that's it. The logic at the end is a bit tricky. It's okay if you did not understand it fully, or if you understood it but think you would have never come up with it yourself. The more you play with coding, the more you will start understanding how computers think and become more efficient when talking to them. Now let's run the program a few times just for fun. So we do it from debug and run file. We are asked to choose the option. Let's choose rock. And it's a tie because we both chose rock. Let's play again. Let's choose scissors this time. And we won because the bot chose paper. Let's play one more time. We choose paper now. And we won again because the bot chose rock. So let's recap what we have learned today. We learned about activities, which are building blocks for our automations. We learned about packages, which are basically collections of activities. And we also learned how to install a package. We learned about different activities like assign, creating dictionaries, logging messages, and getting or providing input to the user. We learned about allowing computers to take decisions with if activities. We learned about variables and we played with text and number variables. And we got a sneak peek at how computers think and why they prefer numbers rather than words. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't worry if you did not understand everything from the first video. I tried to get you familiar with the most important concepts and building blocks we have to use in almost all automations, and we will keep building on what we have learned today in the next episodes. Next week, we will create a bot together from scratch, and don't worry if you could not recreate today's bot fully. If you'd like me to send you the code, leave a comment below with your email address and I will send it to you, so you could run it on your own computer. But next week, you will get a chance to create another bot from scratch. I would very much appreciate if you shared with me how you liked or disliked this video. It will help me get better at this and hopefully create better ones next times. If you liked it, please hit the like button. This tells YouTube that this video is worth showing to others as well. And spread the word among your friends. Tell them about what you're learning here. Stay curious and see you next time.